What if I told you that for less than the price of a beat-up Toyota Camry, you could own sprawling acres of land and secure a pathway to a brand new passport? No, this isn't some offshore scam being pitched in a spam email. These are legitimate government-backed programs that the ultra-wealthy have been quietly exploiting for decades, while the rest of us stay trapped in our overpriced rental apartments. Today, we're exposing 10 countries where dirt-cheap land doesn't just buy you property, it buys you freedom, a second identity, an escape plan, the kind of opportunities that make you question everything you've been told about how citizenship actually works. These aren't the $500,000 Caribbean citizenship programs you've heard about. We're talking about countries where a modest land investment can unlock residency pathways that eventually lead to full citizenship rights, where owning a few acres in the countryside can literally change your legal identity and give you access to entire continents. But here's what nobody's telling you. These windows of opportunity are closing fast. Countries modify their immigration laws without warning. Land prices surge as word gets out. What's affordable and accessible today could be completely out of reach by next year. The people who hesitate, they're the ones who'll be kicking themselves 5 years from now, still stuck in the same place, watching property values skyrocket while citizenship doors slam shut. So buckle up, because what you're about to discover will fundamentally challenge everything you thought you knew about borders, citizenship, and what's actually possible with a modest investment. Let's start with a country so generous with land and citizenship, it almost seems too good to be true. Number 10. Paraguay. The land of endless opportunities. Paraguay is the country that makes immigration lawyers nervous because it's almost suspiciously easy. We're talking about agricultural land available for as little as $1,000 to $3,000 per acre. That's not a typo. In many regions, you can purchase substantial agricultural properties for less than what you'd spend on a month's rent in New York City. But here's where it gets interesting. Paraguay offers one of the most straightforward paths to citizenship in the world. Deposit just $5,500 in a Paraguayan bank, prove you have a legitimate connection to the country like, say, owning property there, and you can obtain temporary residency immediately. Maintain that residency for just 3 years, and boom, you're eligible for full Paraguayan citizenship. No language tests, no cultural integration exams. Just time and proof of economic ties. The Paraguayan passport isn't just a novelty item either. It grants visa-free access to over 140 countries, including most of South America and the European Schengen zone. For investors and digital nomads, it's golden. Paraguay has a territorial tax system, meaning income earned outside the country isn't taxed. 0%. Compare that to the global tax obligations Americans face, and you start to understand why this country has become a magnet for those seeking financial freedom. The landscape is agricultural heaven-rolling farmland, growing expat communities in places like Asunción and Ciudad del Este, and a cost of living so low it'll make you laugh at what you've been paying back home. Healthcare? Surprisingly modern in urban centers. Safety? Better than many assume, especially in expat-heavy areas. But our next country takes the beach lifestyle to a whole new level. Number 9. Dominican Republic. Caribbean dreams on a budget. The Dominican Republic isn't just about beautiful beaches and resort towns. Step outside the tourist zones, and you'll discover a country where property prices drop faster than a tropical temperature. Rural land can be purchased for $1,000 to $5,000 per acre, depending on location and accessibility. We're talking about actual Caribbean property, not landlocked desert. The Dominican Republic isn't just about cheap land, though. The country's residency system is remarkably accessible. Invest as little as $200,000 in real estate, and you can qualify for permanent residency almost immediately. Hold that residency for just 2 years, and you're eligible to apply for Dominican citizenship. 2 years, not 5, not 10, 2. Here's what makes this shocking. The Dominican passport provides visa-free access to over 70 countries, including most of the Caribbean and much of Latin America. It's not a European passport, but for many, it's a powerful second option that opens doors across an entire hemisphere. The lifestyle transformation is real. Think year-round warmth, beaches where you're not competing with thousands of tourists, and a cost of living that makes your money feel like it's multiplied. Monthly expenses in non-tourist areas can run $1,000 to $1,500 for a comfortable lifestyle: rent, food, utilities, the whole package. Try living on that in Miami. The property prices outside the tourist zones are genuinely shocking. While Punta Cana commands premium prices, venture inland or to lesser-known coastal areas, and you'll find deals that make you wonder if someone forgot to add a zero to the price tag. But our next country combines affordability with strategic global positioning. Number 8. Turkey, the bridge. Between continents, Turkey occupies a unique position, literally straddling Europe and Asia. But forget the geography for a second. Let's talk about what makes this country a citizenship game-changer. Agricultural property in rural Turkey is available for as little as $1,000 to $3,000 per acre in many regions. From the Black Sea coast to Anatolia's interior, land opportunities exist that most people don't even know about. But Turkey's real ace card is its Citizenship by Investment program. Invest $250,000 in Turkish real estate, and you're eligible for full Turkish citizenship in as little as 3 months. 3 months. No lengthy residency requirements. No years of waiting. You buy qualifying property, complete the paperwork, and before you know it, you're holding a Turkish passport. Before you dismiss that amount as too expensive, consider this. Turkey's real estate market includes everything from coastal properties to mountain retreats to urban apartments. And unlike some citizenship programs where your investment is locked up in government bonds earning nothing, Turkish real estate can appreciate, generate rental income, and be sold after 3 years without affecting your citizenship status. The Turkish passport is no joke either. Visa-free access to over 110 countries, including Japan, Singapore, and many Latin American nations. It's also a stepping stone for those interested in future European opportunities, given Turkey's unique relationship with the EU. The lifestyle? Istanbul offers world-class culture and history. Coastal areas provide Mediterranean living at a fraction of Western European costs. Interior regions offer agricultural and tourism opportunities. And the food, let's just say, Turkish cuisine will ruin you from most other countries. But our next country brings North American proximity into the equation. Number 7. Mexico, your northern neighbor's best-kept secret. Mexico's property market is a study in extremes. Cancun and Cabo, expensive. Tourist zones, overpriced. But venture into smaller towns and rural areas, and you'll find land prices that seem almost fictional. Rural properties cost anywhere from $500 to $5,000 per acre, depending on location and accessibility. Mexico doesn't offer direct citizenship through real estate investment. But here's what nobody tells you. Property ownership significantly strengthens visa applications and provides a clear path toward temporary and permanent residency. Once you have permanent residency, citizenship becomes available after just 5 years of legal residence. The real magic is in the details. Mexican residency is remarkably easy to obtain for property owners. Show proof of property ownership and sufficient monthly income, and temporary residency is yours. Convert that to permanent residency, maintain it for 5 years, and Mexican citizenship opens up. Why does this matter? The Mexican passport provides visa-free access to over 150 countries, including the entire Schengen zone. That's better access than many European passports. Plus, Mexico allows dual citizenship, so you don't have to renounce your original nationality. The proximity to the United States is huge. Fast, affordable flights. Easy border crossings. The ability to maintain connections to North American business while enjoying a lower cost of living. Healthcare in Mexico is surprisingly advanced in major cities, often at a fraction of U.S. costs. We're talking about medical procedures that cost tens of thousands in the States running $5,000 to $10,000 in Mexico with excellent quality. The lifestyle shift is dramatic. Beach towns with year-round perfect weather. Colonial cities with centuries of history. Mountain towns with spring-like climates. And a cost of living that makes you wonder why you ever thought $2,000 rent was normal. But our next country offers European Union potential. Number 6. Greece. Mediterranean citizenship with a view. Greece has been quietly running one of Europe's most overlooked citizenship pathways. Rural Greek land is available from $5,000 to $15,000 per acre, depending on the island or region. But the real opportunity isn't just land, it's the Golden Visa program. Invest €250,000, roughly $270,000, in Greek real estate, and you receive a renewable 5-year residency permit. The shocking part? There's no minimum stay requirement. You can hold Greek residency without actually living there full-time. After 7 years of legal residency, you become eligible for Greek citizenship. Here's where it gets interesting. Greek citizenship means European Union citizenship. Full rights to live, work, and travel anywhere in the EU's 27 member states. A Greek passport provides visa-free access to over 180 countries worldwide. It's one of the most powerful passports on Earth. The property market is recovering from previous economic challenges, meaning opportunities exist that wouldn't have been possible a decade ago. Island properties, mainland rural land, urban apartments, all within reach for investors willing to meet the minimum threshold. The lifestyle is quintessentially Mediterranean. Ancient history everywhere you look. Food that defines healthy eating. Islands where blue water and white buildings create postcard-perfect scenes. A culture that values leisure, family, and living well over grinding away at corporate jobs. Healthcare is modern and affordable. English is widely spoken in tourist and expat areas. The climate is temperate and pleasant. And the growing expat community means support networks for newcomers. But our next country offers an even faster European pathway. Number 5. Portugal. European Fast Track. Portugal's Golden Visa program has been making headlines, but here's what most miss. The interior and rural property options that cost far less than Lisbon or the Algarve coast. Rural land runs $3,000 to $10,000 per acre in many regions. The Portuguese Golden Visa requires a €280,000 minimum investment in designated lower-density areas, recently changed from €500,000 in major cities. Hold residency for 5 years, pass a basic language test, and Portuguese citizenship is yours. 5 years to EU citizenship. The Portuguese passport is one of the world's most powerful visa-free access to over 190 countries. It's an EU passport with all the associated freedoms. Portugal also allows dual citizenship, so you keep your original nationality. But here's the kicker. Portugal's tax regime is incredibly favorable. The non-habitual resident tax program offers significant tax breaks for new residents, including potential exemptions on foreign income. For digital nomads and remote workers, it's a game changer. The lifestyle is exceptional. Coastal cities with year-round mild weather, historic towns with centuries-old architecture, a growing tech scene in Lisbon, world-class wine regions, and a cost of living still significantly lower than most of Western Europe, despite recent increases. Healthcare is modern and affordable. Crime rates are low. English is widely spoken. The Portuguese are famously welcoming to foreigners. It's consistently ranked as one of the world's best countries for expats. But our next country offers Latin American charm with surprising stability. Number 4. Colombia. The South American transformation. Colombia has undergone one of the most remarkable transformations in recent history. What was once off-limits is now one of Latin America's hottest expat destinations. Rural Colombian land costs $500 to $3,000 per acre in many regions. And the residency pathway is refreshingly straightforward. Purchase property worth roughly $175,000, and you qualify for a residency visa. Maintain residency for 5 years, and Colombian citizenship becomes available through naturalization. The benefits extend far beyond just a second passport. Colombia's strategic location provides access to both North and South American markets. The lifestyle transformation is dramatic cities where spring weather lasts year-round, coffee that actually tastes like coffee should, and a cost of living that makes your money stretch impossibly far. The Colombian passport provides visa-free access to over 130 countries, including most of Latin America and the Schengen zone. Colombia allows dual citizenship. The growing expat community in cities like Medellin, Bogota, and Cartagena means English-speaking support networks and established infrastructure for newcomers. Healthcare in major Colombian cities is world-class and affordable. Safety has improved dramatically in urban centers. The culture is warm and welcoming. And the geographic diversity: Caribbean coast, Amazon jungle, Andean mountains, Pacific beaches means options for every preference. But our next country offers continental-scale opportunities. Number 3. Brazil. Land abundance. Like nowhere else. Brazil's sheer size means land opportunities that exist nowhere else on Earth. Rural Brazilian land costs as little as $500 to $3,000 per acre, with vast properties available at prices that would barely buy a parking space in San Francisco. Brazil's residency pathway through property investment requires roughly $175,000 in qualifying investments. Hold residency for 4 years with minimal time in country, and Brazilian citizenship becomes available. The Brazilian passport provides visa-free access to over 170 countries and full access across South America. The opportunities are continental in scale. Agricultural land, tourism properties, coastal developments, the Amazon, the Pantanal, beaches that stretch for miles, cities like São Paulo offering world-class culture, Rio providing iconic landscapes, and a cost of living in non-tourist areas that's shockingly low. Brazil allows dual citizenship. Portuguese is the language, which opens doors across the Portuguese-speaking world. The culture is vibrant and welcoming. And for those interested in agricultural or ecotourism ventures, the land opportunities are genuinely unmatched. But our next country offers European proximity at bargain prices. Number 2. Montenegro. The European underdog. Montenegro is Europe's best-kept real estate secret. This tiny Balkan nation offers coastal properties and rural land at prices that seem impossible for a European country. Land costs $5,000 to $20,000 per acre, depending on location. Montenegro recently launched a citizenship by investment program requiring a €450,000 investment, $485,000, with €250,000 going to real estate and €200,000 to a government fund. While pricier than others on this list, it offers the fastest path to potential EU membership, as Montenegro is in accession talks. The Montenegrin passport provides visa-free access to over 120 countries, including the Schengen zone. If and when Montenegro joins the EU, that passport becomes an EU passport with all associated benefits. The lifestyle is Mediterranean perfection, Adriatic coastline, mountain landscapes, medieval towns, a growing tourism industry, low taxes, and English increasingly spoken in tourist areas. But our final country might be the most shocking value proposition of all. Number 1. Philippines. Tropical citizenship. Simplified. The Philippines offers one of the world's most accessible residency programs. Rural land costs $1,000 to $5,000 per acre across thousands of islands. The Special Resident Retirees Visa, SRRV, requires just a $10,000 to $20,000 deposit, depending on age, among the lowest thresholds anywhere. While the Philippines doesn't offer direct citizenship through investment, naturalization is possible after 10 years of residency or just 5 years if you're married to a Filipino citizen. The process is more accessible than many realize. The Philippine passport provides visa-free access to over 60 countries. The real draws are the lifestyle and cost of living. Tropical paradise, English widely spoken, a cost of living so low that $1,000 to $1,500 monthly covers comfortable living, pristine beaches, diving, island hopping. A culture that's genuinely welcoming to foreigners. Healthcare in major cities is modern and cheap. The expat community is well established, and the property investment potential is significant as the country develops. These 10 countries represent opportunities that won't last forever. As more people discover these pathways, prices rise and requirements tighten. The question isn't whether these opportunities will change, it's whether you'll act before they do. Cheap land, second passports, new lives. They're not fantasies. They're available right now to anyone willing to do the research and take action. The only question left is, what are you waiting for?